If you're feeling tired and wired, and maybe you've got poor circulation or heart disease, well, the good news is your body has the ability to heal itself. But here's what nobody's telling you. In 60 seconds, I'm going to show you how you could improve your circulation and increase your energy, lower your blood pressure, boost your immune system, and a whole lot more. Hello, I'm Dr. Christosik, and I'm going to share with you how you could use food as medicine to increase a compound called nitric oxide. But people over 60 produce 70% less of this compound. If you have poor circulation, you have a 3 times higher risk of actually having falls as you get older. But not if you follow these principles that I'll be sharing with you today. Now, you may like the exercise, but you don't have the energy. Well, what you'll find out about nitric oxide is it'll boost your energy significantly. And as I said, it'll improve your circulation dramatically. So if you're an athlete, you're over 60, but you don't have that oomph anymore, just listen to what I'll be sharing with you today. And we'll be using food as medicine, specific drinks that are going to be able to help to increase nitric oxide. And if you stick with me to the end, I'm going to show you how you can actually increase nitric oxide by a whopping 1,500%. You heard me right, 1,500%. So stick around to the end to find out about that. You see, nitric oxide boosts circulation. It relaxes the blood vessels. It opens them up and increases the oxygen level going inside the blood. But when the body doesn't get enough nitric oxide, muscle oxygen levels decrease. Toxins begin to build up inside the body. Nerve damage starts to spread throughout the body, and we know what happens with that: dementia and Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease as we get over 60 years of age. And listen carefully, because micro-clots begin to form in the small blood vessels. And that actually causes a lot of problems with, again, circulation and muscle aches and pains and cramps. And doctors will give you things like aspirin and other medications to try to prevent those clots from forming and to increase the circulation. But although those things will help some, they have dangerous side effects. Those things damage the lining of the gut and cause increased leaky gut, which allows toxins to get inside the bloodstream and go to your brain and go to every part of your body and start causing more and more inflammation. You don't want that. You follow what I'm telling you today, you're going to be able to improve that microcirculation, prevent those micro-clots from forming, and to prevent heart disease from happening as you get older. I'm going to share with you how a juice, a simple, delicious juice, can increase blood flow by a whopping 40 to 60% in just one day. It could relieve cramps, and over time, it'll begin to help to heal your body in a dramatic way. Let me tell you about each one of these juices, from the descending to ascending values, from the ones that increase the blood flow the least to the one that actually helps to increase the blood flow to the max. The king of the juices to help to increase blood flow by up to 50%. Are you ready to dive in? Okay, right now I am standing in the grocery store in front of the juice aisle. You can see all these various types of juices here. Now, the best type of juice to do is fresh squeeze. But if you can't get the fresh squeeze, well, the second best is to go to your local supermarket and get some of the juices there. I'm holding a bottle of celery juice in my hand right now. And celery juice is a powerhouse when it comes to helping to produce nitric oxide inside of your body. It's a powerhouse. Let me tell you, the way it works is
the bacteria in your mouth, they take nitrates and they turn it into nitrites, and then the stomach acid turns it into nitric oxide. And listen to this, your blood flow increases significantly when you drink celery juice within a matter of just a very short time by a whopping 35 to 40%. That's amazing. Well, as you can see, I'm standing in front of the juice aisle in the supermarket, and I'm going to share with you the best drinks to increase nitric oxide so you can increase your blood flow, you can help to improve circulation and endurance. Oh, and by the way, I'm actually drinking a cup of green tea, which helps to improve the circulation by increasing nitric oxide, and it also increases blood flow by about 12%. But it takes about 6 weeks to do that, so it's a little bit slower. Next is tart cherry juice. It actually increases blood flow by about 18%. It reduces blood vessel stiffness and reduces inflammation. Tart cherry juice has a compound called anthocyanins in it, and this compound helps to increase blood flow, but it's over time. Next is pomegranate juice, and it actually has been shown in research to increase blood flow by 22% in about 4 weeks. But the interesting thing about pomegranate juice, it actually protects the nitric oxide that your body already makes on its own. Next, we have watermelon juice, and it actually increases the nitric oxide levels by it has a compound in it called L-citrulline. And this interesting thing happens. Inside the mouth, the bacteria on your tongue take the nitrate, convert it to nitric acid, and then the body converts that into nitric oxide and increases blood flow by 28% in just 1 week. A 16-ounce glass of watermelon juice has a whopping 1,000 milligrams of L-citrulline. And the interesting thing about watermelon juice is it's low glycemic, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar levels. Oh, and by the way, it also lowers blood pressure significantly in 1 week's time. Next, we have hibiscus tea, which has a compound in it called anthocyanins, which actually helps to decrease the stiffness of the blood vessels, and it increases the blood flow by 31% in just 10 days. And here's one of my favorite, celery juice. It actually increases blood flow by 35 to 40%. And what happens is the bacteria in the mouth actually take the nitrates found inside of the celery juice and convert it to nitrite, but then the bacteria convert that into nitric oxide, and that happens just within a short 3 hours time. So that's one of my favorites. Now, arugula, which is a leafy green, actually increases the nitric oxide the most by 42% increase of blood flow. But most people are not going to have a green smoothie, although I really think you can make a delicious one by adding mango or maybe some pineapple to it, and add maybe a couple of medjool dates, and it really tastes delicious. So it actually decreases the stiffness of the blood vessels and increases the blood flow by 42%. At the same time, increases endurance and decreases the stiffness in the blood vessels. So arugula is really one of the best ones, but again, you have to drink a green smoothie. Now, here's the king of circulation drinks. It's beet juice, and it increases the blood flow by 35 to 50% within just 2 to 3 hours. And researchers in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that beet juice actually just in 15 days was able to increase blood flow by 45% and increase the circulation to the legs, especially decreasing cramping and stiffness and helping the circulation to help to improve the blood flow throughout your entire body. There was research study. In that research study, there was a 38% reduction in blood vessel stiffness and a 22% increase in endurance. So if you're an athlete or if you just want to go out and do some walking to improve your circulation, well, then beet juice is the drink that you want to have before you go out and do that, because it really works fast. Just 8 ounces of beet juice can have that kind of a dramatic effect inside your body. So in the morning, you could have some beet juice, fresh squeezed beet juice. And then in the afternoon, you could have a cup of hibiscus tea. And then maybe in mid-afternoon, you could have an arugula smoothie. And that will really maximize the amount of nitric oxide that your body makes. Now, just a couple warnings, not really dangerous, but in 10 to 15% of people who drink beet juice, they'll find that they have a pink urine. Don't be worried, it's not harmful. But if you have kidney stones, ask your doctor before you start drinking beet juice because it has oxalic acid in it, and that can increase your risk for kidney stones. But of course, you've got other options for juices and drinks and things you can do to increase nitric oxide, increase your blood flow, and improve your endurance. And all these things that I talked about today are backed up by research.
Now, as I promised, I'm going to share with you a way to increase your nitric oxide by a whopping 1,500% in just minutes. So here we go. This is called the nasal nitric oxide method. It's going to be able to help to boost your nitric oxide level by 1,500%. That's greater than 15 times. Because when you boost your nasal nitric oxide, you're going to sterilize your breath, so you're going to protect yourself from nasty bacteria and viruses so you don't get sick as often. But what's even more important is that you open up your sinuses and your airways and your blood vessels so you increase the absorption rate of oxygen, the number one fuel for your entire body. So here's what you're going to do. I want you to breathe in through your nose for about 4 seconds. And then I want you to pause for about another 2 to 3 seconds. And then when you breathe out, I want you to breathe out through your mouth like this. But here's a little different twist. What you're going to do is when you breathe out, you're going to hum. What I do personally is I use this as part of my prayer time. And when instead of humming, what I do is I just go like this. So I just end my prayer time with a simple amen, and that increases my oxygen to my nasal passages and my blood vessels, and it provides fuel for my entire body, oxygen. So when you do this deep breathing technique, you're going to reduce stress, you're going to increase oxygen levels, you're going to relax the blood vessels, and you're going to be able to help to improve the health of your entire body. Well, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe my channel. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Here's to your health.